With the diesel and the jet, this is Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Golden State Warriors going up against the Pistons in Detroit. Well, for Detroit, they lost their first matchup against these guys. This, their final game against them in the regular season, looking to finish with a split. And tonight, we'll be watching Steph Curry. Known for his offensive firepower, but he's made major strides in all areas since coming into this league, Shaq.
Yeah, he didn't have great handles when he entered. Now one of the top 2 dribblers in the league.
Yeah, I agree. You know what the funny thing is?
What?
He used to be the guy they sat on the bench in fourth quarters when he first got there. Now he's the clutch guy in the NBA, and his turnover to assist ratio thing has gone down tremendously.
Who does he remind you of, let's say in the last 15 years in the league? Who does Steph Curry remind you?
He's a taller version for me of Mahmoud Abdul.
Oh, you stole my name. I was getting ready to say Chris Jackson.
Do you see some Steve Nash in there, too?
No.
No, not Nash, because Nash was pass first. You know, he was definitely pass first his whole career. I think scoring became better for Nash.
But Nash could shoot 3, and Nash, I see Steph do what Nash does a lot, just in probing defenses and being able to weave his way
Nash
through the paint.
was an explosive scorer. He was an explosive passer. Steph Curry's an explosive scorer.
That's close, Ernie, but no cigar.
Yeah. I wouldn't light it.
You know what I like to say about Steph Curry, don't you? He makes it look effortless. Here's Kevin Harlan.
Every diamond's a flake.
From suburban Detroit, we proudly bring you the Pistons at the Palace of Auburn Hills. This is the first game in the Warriors road trip. And, of course, Martell Webster, a new phase in his career, playing today as a Detroit Piston for the first time.
You know, I'm really excited about seeing how this team is going to evolve since the trade. I mean, he's the guy that can end up being a key player for him down the stretch.
No doubt about it. I mean, there are some guys you win with and some guys you win because of. And when you look at him, though not a superstar, he's the type of player that they've been missing and can really, I think, help this team come together.
And now the Golden State Warriors starters. Against the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson at the guard spots. Barnes and Green are the forward set. And it's Bogut in at the 5, down low. Curry's shot is good.
Yeah, perfect release that time. I mean, I thought it might get blocked, but no.
Yeah, he was giving up a lot of size in that particular matchup, but showed the excellent ability to get off that shot despite the disadvantage in size.
Now here's Drummond. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. And it goes on Jermone Green.
Andre Drummond is a big guy. At the NBA Draft Combine, he measures 7 feet tall with a 7'7" wingspan. And he tipped the scales at 280 pounds. That's a super heavyweight, my friends.
And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time. And on the topic of Andre Drummond, Greg, there are a few guys in the league who combine his kind of size with the type of athleticism he possesses. Fast up and down the floor, quick off his feet, even sports a little hang time. I mean, the guy's got a full package athletically.
You talked about the raw physical tools. Then you factor in the 2 things as a big that I really value. Great hands and quick feet, and he's got that going for him. So you can't go through him, you can't go around him, and you certainly can't go over him. I mean, what's left?
We can only hope to contain him, as they say.
You know, the Warriors took some flack when they passed on the chance to trade for Kevin Love. But I really think that the rise of Jermone Green as their stretch 4-man made the decision even better and also kept their cap situation far more flexible.
Both free throws good from Green. And Jermone Green won't give you the superstar numbers of a Kevin Love, but he's got a deceptive impact, Clark, at both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I call him a value utility guy because he does a little bit of everything that brings value to your quest to win. His shooting has steadily gotten better. And while he's not an all-star yet, the sum of his total contributions on the floor, impressive.
And the Warriors with possession here, following the bucket by the Pistons.
You know, guys, if he does his work early, he knows when he gets in a good position, his size gives him the big edge on the glass.
Drummond the screen. It's Jennings with the drive. That drops.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Barnes kicks to Thompson. And it's sent back by Drummond. And stolen by Ilyasova. It's deflected. Jennings against Thompson. And stolen by Jennings. He dishes it to Ilyasova. Here's Caldwell Pope. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Golden State's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Now Detroit moving it up. Here's Jennings. Nice pass. Right into the rack perfectly for the layup.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
And stolen by Jennings. And Caldwell Pope gets the basket. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Detroit.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steal.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
Now Johnson. After the missed three from Stephen Curry. Johnson, and there's the call on Klay Thompson. That's his first foul.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession.
And a moment here to look at some of the stats for Bogut. First in shooting percentage. And defensively, he controls the airspace like no other, ranking second in the league in blocks per game.
Yeah, and you're right. He's been the pinnacle of scoring efficiency. Never seems to take a bad shot.
Just 2 to shoot. That shot by Caldwell Pope, no good.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
And that one's good, Barnes. Last outing for Golden State. They won that game against the Los Angeles Lakers.
You know, they played well enough to win. But to be honest with you, I just felt like their opponent's defensive performance was shaky at best.
Yeah, I'd go along with that, Greg. I mean, the game wasn't handed to them, but they definitely didn't have to work as hard for it as they should have.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
I got to find something. You're right. Thompson from long range. It's rebounded by Ilyasova.
Well, not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track. And Detroit with a 32-50 record last season. They didn't have any help from the schedule. They had a total of 22 back-to-back series on the year, tied for most in the league.
Jennings kicks to Caldwell Pope. The shot's good on the assist by Jennings.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
Here's Curry. After the basket by Detroit. Another three for Golden State.
And really, he came into the game with that long-range shot looking great. Well, he could wind up with a crazy number of threes today.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here. Last time in Oakland, they lost to the Warriors.
And the issues they had defensively, in part, I thought, was a huge factor. Really compounded, I think, because it was a road game for them.
Well, you know, they gave the crowd a bunch to cheer about. And when you do that, you put yourself in a really tough position trying to come away with the road win.
And the Warriors making a change here. Space is checked in. Now here's Jennings. He had 15 points last outing. Kept alive. And that one's good. Drummond. Drummond's got his second basket of the game.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Textbook. Really, when you look at how they're playing, they are having their way down low.
Barnes against Johnson. Dishes it to Spates. Pass to Thompson. 6 on the shot clock. Three-pointer. And another 3 for Golden State.
It's almost as if both teams are in a zone.
Well, offensively at least, partner. I mean, neither team's done jack diddly on D.
Here's Caldwell Pope. 14 points from him the last game against Memphis.
And I thought the contribution he made by just generating contact, getting to the line was outstanding, guys. I mean, he picked up a lot of points at the stripe.
And a different look here for the Pistons. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Tolliver comes in for Ilyasova. Morris is checked in for Johnson. And it's Jackson in for Caldwell Pope. And then for Golden State, Andre Iguodala is checked in for Harrison Barnes. Barbosa comes in for Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
And the wide open shot from Green. Offline with his 3.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
And now here comes Iguodala leading the break. And that one's good. Barbosa's got his first bucket in this one.
This has been a thriller. You cannot say enough about the way these two teams have competed.
All indications, Greg, are that this game is going down to the wire. I mean, I'd be surprised, actually shocked, if it ended any other way.
And guys, Reggie Jackson was at the end of a yo-yo last season. He starts in Oklahoma for an injured Westbrook. Westbrook comes back, sends Jackson to the bench. Then Oklahoma sends Jackson to Detroit, where he fills in for another injured starter in Brandon Jennings for the rest of the year.
And again, it's the Pistons missing. Warriors leading by 3. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Kevin, thank you. I spoke with the Pistons head coach for just a bit. He told me he's a fan of Andre Iguodala, especially the way he's developed his outside shot. He said that was one weakness. He could do everything else, pass, handle, and finish. And boy, what a defender. But now that he's developed that jump shot, there are really no weaknesses in his game. Guys, that makes it awfully tough to deal with a guy who can impact the game in that many ways. Back to you.
All right, Doris, thanks. To the paint. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Now getting back to Jackson, he showed several times last season that he has that starter ability. The Thunder knew they wouldn't have the money to re-sign him, Clark, in free agency, so they traded him to avoid losing him for nothing.
Yeah, that's a good move. And with the Pistons, Jackson finished the season strong, while the Thunder, without Jackson or Durant's contributions, missed the playoffs for the first time in years.
Azili's checked in for Draymond Green. No good on the second free throw.
And guys, Brandon Jennings last season looked like he was finally becoming more efficient. He shot at the upper range of his career field goal percentage from 3 and the free throw line. And then suddenly the Achilles ended his season at 41 games played. Really unfortunate.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Getting back to Jennings last season really did start out as one of his best. Not just the improvement, Clark, in accuracy. His turnovers per game were at a career low.
Yeah, that's what we have to watch out for with Jennings. I mean, he's still only 26 years old, Kevin. Now, plenty of time to continue to refine and hone his game. I think his best basketball is in front of him. 8 of the last 10 points at that end of the court have been scored on very high percentage shots in the paint.
And really, there is no resistance defensively right now. It is just far too easy.
Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end.
Here is Livingston. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. On the wing, Iguodala. Good on the three-point shot. And the Warriors lead by 6.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3. So Iguodala will go to the line. Marcus Morris picks one up there. And for Andre Iguodala, last year was a first in 758 games. Up until then, he had not once ever come off the bench.
Yeah, he'd been a starter throughout his 10-year career, every single game, Kevin. Then last year he came off the bench in every game. Big adjustment for the veteran, but he made it well.
6-second difference between shot and game play. He was all alone on that. And that's now 9 points for Brandon Jennings.
It's been a very efficient first quarter for him. He's creating good opportunities and converting those that he creates.
Livingston kicks to Barbosa. Fires for 3. Detroit with the rebound. Gotta keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
We saw them play a really determined game when it came to chasing down rebounds, getting the 50-50 balls, getting good second chance opportunities. I mean, you love that kind of aggressiveness. That was impressive.
You know, they just seem to work hard throughout the game, but maybe even harder on that offensive backboard. It's almost as if they sense that was going to be the difference in the game.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
Guys, they are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove in this game.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunity. They're really keeping it up-tempo so far.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And Detroit looking at who they picked. Jackson and Caldwell Pope, the guards. Johnson is out there with Ilyasova. And it's Drummond in at the 5, roaming the paint.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation. You know what, guys? He can really light it up from the perimeter at times.
Drummond with a screen on Thompson. And it's Drummond missing.
They're really getting the work done inside with their rebound.
The defensive backboard has been controlled. They have not allowed a lot of second chances. It's been about 1 and 2 for the most part. And I'm not talking about leaving count.
Yeah, I know you're not. That's a bunch of good rebounding taking place there, boy.
From the wing. Makes a big height bounce and goes in. Pistons trail by 7. Jackson with it. Picked up by Thompson. Caldwell Pope dishes to Drummond. Nice D from Bogut.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Pass to Curry and stolen by Drummond. Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope. And another 3 for Detroit.
Superb assist there. He played the role of the maestro on that one.
Warriors leading by 4. Curry attacking, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And Steph Curry, not just a superstar player, but one of the best contracts in basketball this year and next for under $24 million combined. And you can bet he's due for a major increase in pay when 2017 rolls around.
And for Stephen Curry, a value contract, but a growing list of endorsements. One of the top-selling jerseys in the league, a signature shoe deal. He's doing all right.
Yeah, I don't think he's worried about it. He's got a Bible quotation on his wrist that says, "Love never fails." And that's how he approaches the game, with a true love and faith that his hard work is going to pay off.
And guys, one thing that we were treated with last year was Steve Kerr's great quotability in post-game interviews and pressers. He said all the right things and deflected praise like a coach who had done it for many years.
Here's Thompson, and he dunks it down.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
Drummond with a screen on Curry. Caldwell Pope and Detroit again with the bucket. And Kerr is so good with the media because, Greg, he was a media member himself for so long. You know that as well as anybody. Clark, I don't think he ever tried his hand at broadcasting, though. I can't see him doing that. Did you?
Yeah,
I know.
Right. He probably just thrown on as a broadcaster and would rarely contribute anything of note. Some guys have what it takes to call games, and Steve just doesn't quite scratch me as that kind of guy.
No. He had a nice open look right there. Ilyasova's got 8 points.
And the rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the quality of that three-point shot attempt right there, going at it the way they did, but it all worked out for him.
And stolen by Barnes. Here's Thompson, and right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Drummond a screen. Here's Caldwell Pope. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Caldwell Pope's got 7 points for the quarter.
And started hot, and he's only gotten harder.
Curry passes to Bogut. Green inside the three-point line. Can't hit. The Pistons go the other way with it. They'll be playing host to Chicago for their next game. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. And, guys, Andre Drummond has made quite an impression in the early stages of his career. Clark, you were just talking about that. Greg, I don't think anyone felt he would have such an impact this fast.
Yeah, I mean, he's already a mountain of a man among boys. I mean, it's hard to believe when you look at this guy out there. He's only 22 years old.
And he gets the bucket. 16 points for Steph Curry.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
It's Jackson with the drive. The feed to Ilyasova. Here's Caldwell Pope, and Detroit again with the bucket.
Going back to Andre Drummond, some say there aren't any true centers entering the NBA these days. But I look at Andre, I look at DeMarcus Cousins, Joel Embiid, Karl Anthony Towns, and I think to myself, what are these people talking about?
Barnes kicks to Curry. Back to Barnes. Lets it go from deep. Good, and Curry gets the assist. And it's 7 points for Barnes.
Excellent feed from Steph Curry.
Jackson dishes to Johnson. Got a piece of it, and stolen by Barnes. Now the Warriors moving it up. Barnes with the ball. Thompson with the bucket.
And talking about Andre Drummond, I remember when he fell to number 9 on draft day. All sorts of experts were making excuses as to why. But even then, there was this eerie feeling that some teams had made a huge mistake in passing on it. And that feeling turned out to be correct.
A different look here for Detroit. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Drummond. Marcus Morris comes in for Ilyasova. And it's Jennings in for Reggie Jackson. And Golden State also making a change. Spates is checked in. Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut to just 7 on the basket from Johnson.
Defensive breakdown there, no doubt about it. I mean, he's a guy you have to be focused on defensively.
From deep, Green, shot, no good. And it's Detroit the other way. Johnson left side. Feeds to Caldwell Pope. Up top, Morris. The 19-foot shot, good on the jump shot. And now it's only a 5-point Warrior lead. Golden State's gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. Curry kicks to Thompson. Over to the left wing. Barnes against Johnson. Barnes passes to Thompson. And there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Barnes against Johnson. It's back to Jennings. Morris with a screen on Thompson. Morris outside, 6 to shoot. Here's Caldwell-Pope. Jermone Green pulls it in. Green's got his 3rd rebound tonight, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot, he'll shoot 2. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
And some of Harrison Barnes' teammates have referred to him as the senator because of the way he carries himself. And, a very level-headed, dignified young man, and just he has an air about him.
Anthony Tolliver, he's checked in for Detroit. Andre Iguodala is checked in for the Warriors. Livingston comes in for Steph Curry. Knocks it loose. Now the Warriors moving it up. Here's Green. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
Agility leads to thievery there as he got his hand in there to get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
And Clark, that's been the story of this game so far. I mean, they cannot hand over any more easy points in the open floor.
Spades dishes to Green. On the wing, it's Iguodala. He picked up 12 points in their last win against the Lakers. Just 5 to shoot. This one for 3. That is good. Iguodala's got 11 points. And Harrison Barnes at times has been criticized in the past for not being more, Clark, assertive on the court.
Well, it's interesting. He had to weather the pressure of expectations since high school. I mean, people were comparing him to Kobe Bryant back then, but HB can't get caught up in that. He's got to be true to himself. You know what I tell guys? Do you.
Yeah.
Do you.
And that's going to increase the field goal percentage even more. They have a huge edge in that category.
And that's because they've been playing smart basketball. I mean, they've been very patient offensively, and their shot selection has been superb.
Livingston kicks to Green. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Livingston. Livingston's got 3 assists now in this one. Caldwell-Pope passes to Jennings. Inside, here's Baines. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
And Kevin, they started the game shooting it so well. I'm surprised they haven't continued. They've got to get back to their strength.
Yeah, I mean, test the hot hand. You're exactly right. I say let those triples fly.
Iguodala outside. And here's Jennings. 12 points for him. Tries from 16. Jennings with another miss.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough. But that's how you win games.
Here's Caldwell-Pope, and another 3 for Detroit.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
Livingston kicks to Green. For the 3, and another 3 for Golden State.
And they're just raining threes on both ends.
Boy, I love the answer. You come at me with the 3, I'm coming right back with my own triple.
It's Jennings with the drive. Spades with the block. Took the opportunity when he saw it. Morris has got 6. Just 4 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. He got it up. No good on the buzzer beater. And so we conclude the first half. Warriors ahead. They lead by 13. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Kevin, I'm here with Stephen Curry. And, Steph, you guys really turned it on in that second quarter. What was the difference?
Push the tempo. We got a lot of stops early. Long rebounds, was able to get out in transition. Being on the floor for some easy baskets. And we just executed kind of flawlessly that quarter.
Steph, thank you so much. Kevin, he's earned this rest.
Thank you, Doris. We'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We're going to break down the first half action for you. What a start it was for Stephen Curry. He had 16 points and 2 assists. Hey, big fella, what's your take on Golden State so far?
I don't think anyone expected to see such numbers from the bench. You know, I'm impressed. It was what they needed, the jolt they needed, Ernie. Wow, I never knew their bench. As a matter of fact, I don't even know any of their players coming off the bench. Man, keep going, bench guys.
Over to Kenny. What'd you think about Detroit?
I felt they had a lack of intensity defensively. They gave up way too many threes. I mean, somebody needs to pull out the fire hose because this fire is out of control, and it certainly wasn't because of their defense.
And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get underway. Kevin Harlan has the call.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game.
Checking out the game Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is having. 18 points, and he's got 2 baskets from out in three-point land.
And I'm sure they'd like to get a few more of those out of him.
So for the Golden State Warriors right now, the defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson. They're in the backcourt, and it's Barnes in at the 3 spot. Drummond with a screen on Curry. And Drummond kicks to Ilyasova. And it's blocked by Curry.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
And stolen by Barnes. Down low, tipped away. To the middle. And there's Ilyasova on the assist by Caldwell-Pope.
Great way to start the half. Easy layup against some soft D.
Thompson for 3. Score the basket, his 8th. 8 for 13 from the floor.
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight.
That shot by Caldwell-Pope, no good.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide-open opportunities.
Wasted no time on that one. 14 points for Barnes.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Jennings drives in. And here's Johnson outside and going out of bounds. Last touch by Barnes. Stolen by Thompson. Here's Green. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. And that's now 11 points for Draymond Green. Pistons trail by 21. Jennings kicks to Johnson. The dish to Drummond. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. And guys, last season, Klay Thompson made his first All-Star trip over at Park. His game took a huge leap forward.
Hey, I agree with you, Kevin. And a big reason for that, I think, was his spot on Team USA. Playing the way he did and with that group really lifted his confidence.
Excellent point. And when you look at Draymond Green, he's not a guy who will wow you with his numbers or his athleticism, Clark. He brings a lot of intangibles, though, and I remember talking early in his career with Tom Izzo up at Michigan State saying those exact things, that he gives you so much more than just what you see.
And his current coach and our former partner, Steve Kerr, raves about him. He's the heart and soul of the Warriors, in Steve's words.
Jackson, he's checked in for Detroit. Drummond with a screen on Curry. There's the double team with Bogut. Here's Drummond. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Hi, Kevin. The head coach for Detroit had some instruction for his guys during that last break. He wants to see renewed effort from them on the offensive glass. He talked about the second chance points that are out there if they work for them. He also told them their offense needs to center around the pick and roll. That's a play he feels they can use to really exploit the weaknesses in this defense. Clearly, some adjustments there had to be made because the time left for a comeback is quickly running out. Kevin, over to you.
Thanks a lot, Doris.
You know, you talk about Green's enthusiasm for the game. He's constantly talking, whether defensively or even in an opponent's ear. He's a vocal presence. And also another example of how a guy can make an impact without necessarily having it show up in the stat sheet.
Thompson for the triple. And another three for Golden State.
This looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
I don't know. There might be more defense in the warm-ups. Right now, these are just shooting game shots.
Drummond sets the screen for Jackson. Passes it to Ilyasova. Here's Drummond. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Azili comes in for Draymond Green. And it's Barbosa in for Harrison Barnes. Curry. Rebound, Detroit. Drummond's got rebound number 8 now on the night.
And also, don't discount his leadership. Draymond Green's been a vocal leader his entire career. Even as a rookie, he wasn't afraid to challenge his teammates. And that competitive spirit, guys, can be contagious.
Thompson with the bucket.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
I think they're playing too soft on the perimeter. They can't stay so soft. They've got to get up into the shooters here.
Drummond with a screen on Thompson. Jackson dishes to Drummond. Drummond a screen. Johnson the pass to Ilyasova. And the shot is long.
Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
Yeah, nice job of setting the screen by his teammate there. And I'm sure he appreciated it.
Jennings kicks to Ilyasova. And the rejection by Azili. Now the Warriors moving it up. It's tipped. It's stolen by Johnson. Knocked away. Kicks it to Jennings. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. And guys, Brandon Jennings, some people love his chaotic game. Some can't stand it. One of the more polarizing talents in the NBA.
Yeah, I don't think he'll ever shoot for an efficient percentage or become a lockdown defender, Kevin. He's an offensive catalyst. He pushes the action, and he'll go on scoring binges, but I think he does more good than bad with his style of play.
And the Pistons making a change here. Morris is checked in. Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for the Warriors. A chance here to get a quick injury report. Right now, let's get an update on Klay Thompson. Doris, what's his status?
Kevin, the Warriors' head athletic trainer gave me an update. Not what we wanted to hear, guys. It sounds like it's a very serious injury. The schedule becomes a real grind at this time of the year, and that injury is only going to make things harder on this team. Guys?
Thanks, Doris. Guys, the only thing you can wish for is that the prognosis isn't quite as bad as they're making it out to be.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Was really hoping for better news than that, but that does not sound encouraging.
It sure doesn't. I mean, that's a really hard blow there.
Jackson dishes to Johnson. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got his 3rd assist on the night. Warriors shooting 71% all in all in this one. They've been brilliant offensively.
And talking about Brandon Jennings, he has an endless bag of tricks. Keeping the ball literally on a string, makes behind the back, no look, and off the backboard passes few players would even try. That unpredictability, though, can make him difficult to check and often forces defenders into positions from which they can't recover. That one was solid. There's a big difference in the field goal percentages between these two teams here in the second half.
And, Greg, that difference has come about because we've got one team moving crisply, getting good shots, and the other is just kind of stagnant. Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
Thompson against Johnson. Here's Ezeli. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Andre Drummond picks one up. Just watching Festus Ezeli out of Vanderbilt play. He's got the big body inside, moves pretty fluidly, adroit, good footwork. He's kind of got the whole package.
Yeah, he does. He's a space eater. He's very strong, physically good frame. He's a load down there, and what you said, the fact that he's fairly agile, makes him tough.
Anthony Tolliver. He's checked in for Drummond. Golden State also making some changes. Spates checked in for Bogut. And it's Livingston in for Leandro Barbosa. Here is Tolliver. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Jackson has the open look.
In the first half, they had some success from the arc. But that isn't the case here. They're down and trying to get it all back in one fell swoop. That's not the right strategy. Chip away at it.
You know, and Ezeli missing a lot of games with various injuries from the knee and ankle a season ago. He can be a quality rebounder and rim protector, but he's got to find a way to stay healthy.
Johnson can't get it to go.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at him.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach. And Ezeli, originally from Nigeria, he picked up the game late. Only played 6 years of organized basketball before going pro. So still developing his hands and offensive skill set, but clearly he's got the tools physically to play. And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
Knocked loose. And now it's Livingston running. He can go all the way. Throws down the breakaway jam.
And chalk up a few more points for him there. This has been a one-sided game in just about every area.
Absolutely. I echo that sentiment. Their offense, their defense. I mean, it's all been terrific.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And for Reggie Jackson, the league is going the right way in terms of his skill set. Everyone loves the guard who can shoot well enough to bust the zone as well as make plays for others and at the rim. And Jackson is that guy.
Roof shots.
That's good from Jackson. And back to Jackson. He really took on the playmaker role after being traded to the Pistons. As a Detroit player, he averaged over 9 assists a game, Clark, which would have put him 4th overall in the league had it been for a full campaign.
Loved his aggressiveness, which led to opportunities for his teammates, but it also led to turnovers. That part of his game, he's got to tighten up.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Well, we've got a moment here. Let's now see who the league's top scorers are. Number 1, Steph Curry. Klay Thompson is second.
Anytime these two guys are on the floor at the same time, you're just waiting for one of them to go off, if not both of them.
Morris outside. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
I like to call that stick-to-itiveness, Greg. Getting everything he possibly could out of that play. Nicely done.
Good call.
And some changes here for the Warriors. Draymond Green comes in for Ezeli, and it's Harrison Barnes in for Klay Thompson.
And Marcus Morris is nicknamed Mook. He has a twin brother, older by 7 minutes, named Markeith. Both brothers played at Kansas, drafted 13th and 14th. in the same year, eventually played for the same pro team. That is joined at the hip.
That's going to be over and back, not watching for the line that time. Detroit with the ball. Jackson kicks to Baines. Wide open look. That shot by Caldwell Pope, no good. And looking at the Morris brothers' careers through last season, the one area they haven't been joined at the hip in is in performance. Markeith has shown steady improvement over his first 4 years. Marcus Morris has had a very up and down start to his career.
And you know, Kevin, Marcus has talent. He has versatility. He just hasn't found his role. It's time for him to step out of his brother's shadow and really establish who he is as a player.
Tipped away. It's out of bounds. The Pistons able to retain possession here. Here's Caldwell Pope. He's covered by Iguodala.
I love the intensity dial-up here from a defensive standpoint in the second half. Doing a much better job. Where's the box out? Some easy second chance opportunities there.
Those kinds of mistakes drive me crazy and will absolutely derail a team's chance to win.
Green, the pass to Livingston. Iguodala left side. Takes the three. And he gets it to go. Iguodala's got 18 points in the game.
Man, they came out smoking here from beyond.
And Greg, as hot as they are from out there, absolutely no reason at all not to just keep letting them fly.
The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. And, well, Detroit shooting 47%, pretty solid. The big men, Tolliver and Drummond. Reggie Bullock is out there with Steve Blake, and it's Webster in at the 3. That's the group for Detroit right now.
You can't afford to give him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Thompson up top. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
Blake with it. It's up against Thompson. Shot clock at 6. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
How about battling through the impact there and then wheeling that basketball in?
Boy, it does your heart good to see that kind of determination in a player. Really excellent focus that time.
Outside Curry. Dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
Detroit's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. And the basket by Blake.
Maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that D can afford to give him.
Outside Curry. From past the arc. Another 3 for Golden State.
And he got loose from the three-point range in the first half and showing signs here that he's still got the flow in the second.
Blake dishes to Drummond. He kicks it to Tolliver. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Great job to hit his teammate on that move, Kevin.
Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Here's Curry. Green in the post. Working on Tolliver. Thompson outside. On its way from Curry for 2. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. 28 points for Steph Curry. Detroit's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Drummond with a screen on Curry. Here's Blake, guarded by Curry. Drummond the screen. Now Blake. And it's sent back by Space. They get it back, and the shot is good. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Now here's Curry. Not a lot of room, and he gets it to go. Curry's got 9 points now in the quarter. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Warriors.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
Outside, Green. He feeds it to Barnes. Cannot hit. The Pistons go the other way with it. And Webster kicks to Blake. And Jermone Green picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Ilyasova, he's checked in for Detroit. Different look here for the Warriors. Festus Ezeli, he's checked in for Spates. James Michael McAdoo comes in for Jermone Green. And in rush, he's checked in for Barnes. And it's Barbosa in for Klay Thompson. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Outside Curry. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
I mean, he is tearing the defense apart, and let's face it, they have not brought their A game on that side of the ball.
Blake passes to Tolliver. Poke loose. Rush with the steal. Here's Curry. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
And how many extra possessions have they gotten because of that rebounding edge?
Well, it's been a bunch, and I think it's made the difference in the game. I mean, they've actually done a great job on the board.
Here's Blake, guarded by Curry. Blake kicks to Ilyasova. Another miss by Ilyasova.
He had 6 points from long range in the first half, but nothing's fallen here since.
Outside Curry. Lets it go with a three. And another three for Golden State.
He's absolutely killing it from outside.
For Detroit, they've gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. Blake dishes to Ilyasova. No one covering. Now here's Curry. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
And that fella can flat out fly, can he?
Reminds me of a young Greg Anthony out of UNLV, no doubt about that. Just look at the elevation he climbed to right there.
Kevin, you just made my knees hurt.
That's what sets him apart from so many other point guards in the NBA.
And guys, how about Ilyasova last season shooting the basketball? Always a decent threat to score. His improvements in efficiency were amazing. He increased his field goal accuracy from 41 to 47% in only 1 year.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Aaron Baines comes in for Anthony Tolliver. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Webster. And Golden State also making a change. Sean Livingston, he's checked in for Steph Curry. Livingston passes to Ezeli. Clock at 6. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. And we were talking about Ilyasova. There's a reason his field goal percentage went up last season. It wasn't necessarily better shooting. It was probably better shot selection.
And I think the scheme played to his strengths. Lots of ball movement, penetration, kicking out the open spot-up shooters. Ersan showed us that's his kind of game.
Detroit making a switch here. Morris is checked in. And Golden State also making a change. Iguodala's checked in. They set the pick. Barbosa for three. And yes, sir, that one drops.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Yeah, and they either have been unwilling or unable to take that shot away.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Blake with it. And there's the pass to Ilyasova. Rebounded by McAdoo.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
And Andre Iguodala with the slam.
My goodness, he sure can get off the ground.
One of the best in the business for sure. You're right.
I tell you what, he is an imposing finisher around the rim. He makes it look a little too easy. And when he gets in his head that he's going to get to the basket, very little you can do defensively.
Livingston kicks to Iguodala. For three, Barbosa. Detroit with the rebound. Baines has got his third rebound tonight. Dinwiddie dishes to Morris. Good.
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
Golden State's gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the fourth. On the wing, it's Iguodala. He dishes it to Barbosa. Warriors the rebound. And McAdoo kicks to Livingston. Lets it go from deep, and that one's good. Livingston's got 10 points in just the second half.
Three-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
Yeah, and Greg, you know, the only way that's going to turn around defensively is by stopping the outside shot, not getting into a shootout. They're not going to out-shoot out this team.
Here's Barbosa. That's tipped. Here's Blake. And Leandro Barbosa gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. Anthony Tolliver. He's checked in for Ilyasova. .139 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Tolliver. Sinks that one from the post. Tolliver's got 7 points here in this quarter.
So far, going for more of an inside game here in this second half, and I like that. A little smash mouth basketball, taking it inside.
There's the pick. Pass to Barbosa. Takes the three. The shot's good on the assist by Iguodala. Iguodala's got 5 assists in the game.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Warriors.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today, you know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was spot on.
And so checking out the record for these guys tonight will mark win number 37 for them on the year.
And with this win, it gives them a sweep of the season series, even though it's just a brief 2-game.
I tell you what, Greg, no matter how brief it is, anytime you can get a season series sweep, you're happy.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Curry. It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Morris kicks to Blake. Jumper off the screen, and the rebound goes to the Warriors.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Back to Barbosa. The three. It's hauled in by Tolliver. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark, Greg, and Doris, and the rest of our terrific crew, This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. Now we send you to the award-winning Ernie Johnson, who's standing by in our studio.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Stephen Curry. He had just an outstanding fourth quarter performance. He really had the fire lit under him, and down the stretch, really having a huge impact on the outcome of this game.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he was on fire.
There was nothing they could do to slow him down, Ernie. Man, you go into a building on the road and completely control the action like he did. Only a few players could do that, Ernie. I'm impressed.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.